thinking a lot about, we built a new tonic brand, and we're building another one at the moment with a guy called Mike Israetel. And a lot of the time what we're talking about is sort of coolness and credibility, two things that we're trying to aim for. Now, with a millennial, Gen Z, degenerate, influencer-driven online TikTok, Instagram brand, perhaps that's easy. Are companies in markets that aren't necessarily so customer-facing, that don't need to have an Instagram account, do you think companies get too concerned with trying to be cool, with trying to create sort of
I think that the focus on the consumer is... there's a great passage, it's only a small passage in John Kay's book, The Corporation in the 21st Century, which is his attack largely. The whole book is an attack on the idea of the shareholder value movement. That the fundamental point is that the point of a corporation is not solely to generate shareholder value, but also the fact that the pursuit of a single metric is much less creative and much more likely to lead to value destruction, including for the shareholders, than the pursuit of multiple objectives, the triangulation of multiple objectives, which is looking after your employees, looking after your shareholders, looking after your customers, and looking after the wider society. Okay, so a multidimensional objective from a company will probably lead to a greater variety of behaviors and a greater level of creativity than a single-minded kind of reductionist objective like short-term shareholder value maximization. And one of Kay's points which he makes is that if you look at the companies that have been kicking around in the Fortune 500 or the FTSE or whatever for a long, long time, it's Nestle, it's Unilever, it's Procter & Gamble, it's Reckitt, okay? It's companies which have a large marketing function, which keeps them rooted in the real but changing world of what customers really want, okay? And keeps them alert to effectively exploring new forms of value exchange, which are ever-changing with technology, taste, fashion, etc. And those companies, interestingly, seem to have a much greater level of survival than companies that effectively develop some proxy measure of success other than the marketplace and seek to pursue that. Now, pursuing success in the marketplace is more difficult, it's more painful, it involves you to deal in things that are highly probabilistic rather than deterministic, it's messy, but ultimately, in terms of resilience, it seems to keep companies on their game in a way that businesses that are basically focused on what you might call internal benchmarking metrics can find themselves actually massively detached.
Could you give an example?
Well, okay, if you pursue, if you pursue efficiency at the delivery of something, okay, you can end up very efficiently making something that people no longer want, or where you're completely depositioned because effectively what you're making. So in some cases, for example, the rules of the game change. Okay, so there will be a period where, for example, I'll give you a perfect example of this, okay? Which is an example I love to give, which is when I was a kid, okay, there were a few rich kids at school who'd been to Schiphol Airport, and they'd come back and go, it's incredible, like there's shops and everything you can buy. I bought a Walkman for like so many guilders, because before the euro, okay, oh, it's amazing, we went there and we did this. And then it was Changi Airport in Singapore. Oh, it's amazing. I bought this. They've got a fountain. They've got that and the other. You see? And then eventually it moved to Dubai. The Crown moved to Dubai of kind of blinged up airports. Okay. And that all goes on. And then one day people come back and they go, if you've been to London City Airport, it's brilliant. There are hardly any shops. You get on the plane in about 5 minutes. And you suddenly realize that everybody has been optimizing for turning an airport into a bloody shopping centre.
Yep.
And then London City Airport comes along, completely the opposite.
Yep.
Okay. And just changes the rules of the game. So, the hotel industry is interesting. Okay, I think I'm allowed a plug for this. I'm a weird fan. Have you stayed in a Moxie hotel ever?
Yeah. A few times.
What's your take? Because I think it's quite clear. I think it's a kind of mental hack, which is actually quite smart, which is everything is really basic. It's good. good TV, good Wi-Fi, comfortable room, but not very big, no room service, no laundry, as far as I can remember, okay? You wouldn't want to stay there for 2 weeks. But two things, pretty good location. And secondly, the ground floor is basically a bit like a WeWork,
Yes.
in that you can just hang out there, meet people. There's actually a meeting room. Even after you've checked out, you can spend 3 hours doing your email at the Moxie without feeling like a weirdo.
I think.
Whereas if you do that at a conventional hotel, once you've checked out, you feel they want you to piss off.
Yes, because it's just a small reception area.
Exactly,
with a
it's a
bloke
crappy
looking at you.
reception area where you look like a weirdo.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time on the road over the last couple of years. I've come to believe that the biggest determining factor about your enjoyment of a hotel is the quality of the pillows. And it's not the bed. Bad bed, good pillows, totally fine night's sleep. Good bed, bad pillows, fucked. So every time
you need a pillow sommelier, don't you?
Well, look, so I'm trying to work on this at the moment. I'm trying to find a Amazon Prime pillow which I can get in most territories that I go to. So most like US, UK, maybe a Dubai or whatever, that I can get next day delivery to any hotel. That if I get there and on the first day when I check in, I go, oh fuck, they've got one of those ones that makes the sound when you lie in it. I'm like, quickly get onto Amazon, order it, and have it arrive.
You need Uber Sleeps to go alongside Uber Eats.
Very good.
Yeah,
very good.
So
but no, it's just
it will deliver.
That's the worst part. But I mean, yeah, interesting pivot at the moment.
Actually, that's an interesting idea, because you would also have a market if you had Uber Sleeps. You can have a service which, if you basically missed the last train and ended up crashing at a hotel, it would deliver sort of, a shirt in your size for the following day, or, and toothpaste and a toothbrush.
Yep.
And all the things you didn't think to pack because you weren't aware you were going to be staying in a hotel.
Yeah.